Hi. You may be wondering what I'm doing here in the greenhouse in my night clothes. And the answer is simple. As you can see, I'm the Unglamorous Gardener, and the idea is to keep these video clips as real as possible. Worrying about what you're wearing is for the TV presenters. So, the best time to do any gardening job is when you think of it. And it doesn't matter what you're wearing. So today I realised that my Pleiones needed lifting, and that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, so Pleiones, we're talking about Pleiones. And Pleiones are hardy orchids, or almost hardy orchids. Here are mine there on the shelf, and they grow really well on a windowsill in the house, or you could even have them in pots outdoors in the summer. But they do need a bit of winter protection. So they need temperatures of a little less than 5 degrees in winter. If they have temperatures lower than that, they're likely to rot. And if it goes a bit higher, then they won't flower very well the following year. So the pots at the front show the Pleiones that have died back naturally. You need to let them die back naturally. And that fella at the back, the big one with the green leaves, is still, it's still in full leaf. So I'm going to leave that a bit longer. So I'm going to lift this one here, show you how it's done. And this is a gorgeous one. It's from the hybridizer, the British hybridizer, Steve James. And it's called Pleiones Achievement 105. Right, so here we have Pleiones Achievement, and I'm going to overwinter this in the fridge. And the reason why I'll overwinter a Pleiones in the fridge as opposed to here in the greenhouse, which might be perfectly good, is that if we get a mild winter again, and they're in the greenhouse, they won't flower so well next year. So to overwinter this in the fridge, we need to have a bowl, scissors, plastic bags, and obviously our Pleiones. So I'm just going to tip this out of the pot now, turn it upside down, and give it a good puck. Doesn't want to come out. There it goes. So I'll put down the pot and show you what we're working with. So here's the clump of Pleiones now, and I'm just going to remove the bark and moss from last year and show you what we have. So the next thing I'm going to do is separate the individual Pleiones bulbs. I'll take that one off and further remove the moss and orchid bark. And then the next thing I'm going to do is just neaten up these roots for overwintering. So turning it round like this, I'm going to just clip off the roots. The next thing is to remove this kind of skin from around the Pleiones. And you must do that very, very carefully. And the reason is that there are these little eyes on Pleiones, and that's where the flower for next spring is going to come from. So if I damage that, I'll have no flowers next year. So very carefully remove the skin like that. And that one's prepared. Now I'm just going to show you what we're going to discard. So putting that down and back to the clump again. And here in this clump you can see this withered pseudobulb here, which is the one that flowered last year, and you can see it's completely shriveled. So I'm just going to remove that carefully from the clump and discard the whole thing. These of course are good pseudobulbs, and keep a close eye out for baby ones that are forming. They'll form either at the top of the pseudobulb here, depending on which variety it is, or down at the base, and they look the same as the adult, just very small. They'll take a couple of years to flower, but they're certainly worth keeping. As you can see there, I have a variety of different sized pseudobulbs. So now going back to the one we prepared earlier, and we're going to bring that into the house, and keep it in, say, a warm kitchen for a day or two to make sure it's thoroughly dry. And then the next thing is to pop it in a plastic bag. There's a bee, isn't that a lovely sign in November? Okay, so I'm going to blow a little air into this plastic bag. And the reason for putting some air in there is really to cushion it. And I'm going to pop that in the base of the fridge and just leave it there, if my husband will let me, until it starts growing in spring, when I'll take it out and pot it up again.